Hello, good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Hi, good evening. Hello, good evening. Thank you. Hello, how are you doing today? Good evening. Am I alone here? Can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know so that we can get started. Hi, Chidima. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so I think we've given this is like 5 after 7, 5 minutes after 7. So I mean, it's a good time to start. We're giving people a few minutes to join us. We have some ground to cover tonight, so we might as well just get started. All right. Thank you for joining me today. I'm looking forward to sharing my experiences with you um, and giving you a little more information. Hi, Blessing. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. So let's get started, shall we? We have quite a few people on the call tonight. Yeah, okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start by sharing a little bit of my story, a little bit of my background, because it is super important and it is linked to what we're about to talk about today. So initially, when I launched my virtual assistant business in 2017, I launched as a social media manager, offering social media management services. And I like to think that I was successful at that time because I literally had 12 recurring clients every month. But I needed those 12 people to be able to hit my income goal. So I had a specific income goal in mind that I wanted to meet. And I really just, I was so focused on meeting that goal. But because my price point, my service was priced at a specific amount of money, there was a limit to how much that I could charge them for social media management services, right? And so I needed 12 people to hit my income goals. Now, needless to say, I was burning out pretty quickly. I was falling short of my clients' expectations because I was busy running from pillar to post, trying to manage all of them. Still, they were not satisfied, and I was tired. So I decided that okay, so I can't continue to do this. I have to scale up. What I had to do was increase. What I did was to upskill, then I increased my services so that some clients would reduce. But I still was very busy at that point in time. But two things changed my life. Two things made me make a very important decision that helped me to. That is the main reason why we are here today. One minute, put this on so that I can. So that's sorted. Right? So two major things happened that changed my life. Number one of those days I came down with malaria. I took a few days to treat it, but I was not recovering. There was nothing that I did. I took tests, everything said I was hale and hearty, but no matter what I did, I just could not recover. What had essentially happened to me at that time was that my body was finally worn out from all the sleepless nights that I had spent working on clients' jobs. The mental torture and the worry some of my clients put me through. I don't know if you are like me, but I have had clients put me through torture, like literal torture, right? So all of these things caught up with me. with the fact that I was not sleeping, trying to manage multiple clients at the same time, and my body was just not recovering. I needed a lot more time. Now your guess is as good as mine. Some of the clients moved on when I was eventually ready to get back to work. Basically just telling me, see, lady, you are not the only social media manager on the streets of Instagram. Why should I keep my my business waiting for me, right? So that was an eye opener, and it was a wake up call for me because I suddenly realized, oh, like life goes on. If anything happens to you, if you do not prioritize yourself and you do not prioritize your health, things are bound to go bad. The second thing that happened to me was something my then 8-year-old told me. She's 15 now. Oh, thank God. She was 8 at that time, and she told me, you know, she said something to me. So when I had actually gone, but when I got better, I went back to life as usual, hustling to hit my income goals, trying to do everything that I could do. And I put my workstation, actually my workstation is still stationed inside my living room because I want the activity that my kids have to be around me, so I'm not really away from them, right? One of the perks of being a virtual assistant. But then she looked at me and said, "You're always at home, but you never have time for me." And I'm like, my heart literally broke. I was like, why would you say such a thing? And I realized that I was just so busy back to back. Well, I'm still busy back to back, but then it was so bad that I really didn't have time for anybody. So that statement made me feel super, super guilty. And I made the decision that I was going to offer a service that would make it possible for me to hit my income goals and still have time for the important people and the important things in my life. Right? So I made the pivot to tech, specifically no code technology. So today I have 3-day work weeks. I do client works on Tuesdays to Thursdays only, which has freed me up to be able to develop my other expressions. In case you did not know it, in case I'm a stranger to you, you haven't met me before, I recently became a tech founder because I now started to launch tech solutions. When I was offering social media management service, I had no spare time for anything, not to talk of pursuing my own goals, right? It was literally impossible for me to pursue my own individual goals. But because I now have more time, I only work 3 days in a week on client tasks, right? I have more time to do other things. Number two is I'm also able to schedule personal development, educational activities because I can plan my time, right? Number three is what now happened was I also have a US registered business that has really taken my business global. This way I'm able to work with anybody from any part of the world and they will be confident and happy to work with me. But more importantly, I increased my income compared to what it was at that time, over 500%. And I'm not joking. So this basically has the pivot that I made into offering tech support services literally changed my life. And over the last 4.5 years, I've been opportune to be in the midst of VAs, and it really, really hurts my spirit and hurts my heart every time that I see VAs, I see opportunities, and because of the absence of tech skills, right, they are unable to take these opportunities, or it takes them a lot longer to launch. And one of my goals is to ensure that I share as much as I can with everybody that I know so that we can all move forward in life. Now, today I'm going to share with you the fundamentals of launching a tech support service as a virtual assistant from the point of view of someone who has done it before. What I'm sharing with you today is the path that I have walked, the life that I have lived, the experiences that I have gotten, and the results that I have. Those are the things that I'm going to share with you today. And I want you to just follow me I want you to um, I want you to ask me questions. I want you to try to understand. And if you find that you get to a point where you do not you seem to be confused, all you need to do is just type in the comment section and let me know. And trust me, anybody who has been in my class knows that I like to make sure that everybody has answers to the questions that they have. All right. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to start with is no code technology, which is your gate pass to the world of technology. If you are somebody who lacks text coding skills, you don't know how to code, you don't know how to program, the introduction, the growth of no code technology as an industry has leveled the playing field. What used to be exclusive to coders is no longer exclusive to them. So anybody can come in now and deploy an elegant system, can create a workflow, automate processes, and basically step into tech roles by harnessing the power of local technology. And this is what I have done consistently. I told you at the beginning that I just stepped into my official tech role, right, as a tech founder. And the solutions that we build are entirely no code. Not one single line of code was used in building what we built, right? So the no code technology is your gate pass to the world of technology. But a lot of us are not using it. Once we hear tech, our mind just shuts down. And today I am going my intention is to pull down all of those strongholds that is preventing you from seeing technology as the tool that will take you to your next level. All right. So number one, tech for non-techies. Tech for tech non-techies. Non-techies we would refer to as those who cannot code. So you have no idea what CSS is, what HTML is, what JavaScript is. You don't know anything about all of those programming languages, and it is absolutely fine because the concept of no code technology has made it easy for you to create software applications and solutions without the need for coding or programming skills. It basically empowers individuals like you and I, virtual assistants and service providers, to build and automate various processes using intuitive visual interfaces and pre-built components. In other words, they've done the heavy lifting for us. All of the codes that we should have written has already been written. What we need to do is understand how these platforms work, come in as non-coders and build out solutions, automate processes, integrate multiple software together, right? And we are all able to do that at this moment because of no-code technology. So with no-code tools, anyone with basic understanding of technology can become a creator and a problem solver. You can drive innovation, open new avenues of entrepreneurship, all through the power of no code technology. I've gotten to the point that I have had it up to here with people, with virtual assistants themselves, limiting themselves because of the term virtual assistant or the perception of the community or of people about virtual assistants. The time to end that rubbish has come, as in kill it now, because no code technology has empowered you to step into tech roles. And I'm not talking no code technology like product management and all the other ones. I will be telling you the no code technology, the no code tools that I believe that virtual assistants can use to set themselves apart. So the no code tech industry is like a magic wand for virtual assistants who can code. It basically gives us superpowers. So no code tools and platforms, um, all you need to do is, like I already spoke about this, through a drag and drop and point and click approach. So all you need to do is know how to use your mouse. Can you drag it? Can you drop it? Can you point it? Can you click it? If you're able to point and click your cursor, you're able to drag and drop, you're able to create any kind of tech solution that you put your mind to. So, in order for you to harness the power of no code technology that is hidden in the no code platforms, you have to understand these four basic things. Number one, no code platforms thrive on drag and drop builders. So when you're building stuff, if you're using any no code platform at all, the most prominent feature that they will have is a drag and a drop feature rather. So they will have a like a tab of tools, and then you have like a canvas. So all you need to do is drag your tool and drop it to your canvas, arrange it together, and you have a tech solution, right? So with drag and drop builders, users can easily arrange and customize these elements without the need for code. And the beautiful thing about the customizing of these elements is that you can use the same builder for 101 other designs and they will not look the same. That's the beautiful thing about it. The second feature that you need to note is the workflows and automation. Workflows and automation are super important on no code platforms because it allows you to be able to create triggers, to be able to streamline business processes, automate repetitive tasks. So, for instance, if you were to go schedule a call with me right now, I currently have my one-on-one free coaching one-on-one paid coaching sessions up at 60% discount for anybody who's interested. I currently have that offer. Now, if you were to click on that particular link and you go there and you book, you make a purchase, then you instantly receive and you instantly get redirected to a Calendly page to schedule your call. When you're done scheduling your call, you get an email with a Zoom link and a confirmation in your calendar informing you of the dates that you chose, giving you the meeting link, the Zoom link for our meeting, right? And all of those information. Please, if you thought that I was one who manually sent you those things, then I am happy to disabuse you of that notion at this moment. I had absolutely nothing to do with it. The only thing that I did was to tell you, as I have told you now, that click this link to buy, to purchase my what's it called, my one-on-one section at 60% discount. What happens is that immediately you make that purchase, you have triggered a workflow that I have preset. So it is currently that scheduled Zoom for you. I have nothing to do with it. It is currently that sent you an email. I had nothing to do with it. The appointment that was added to your calendar and added to my calendar, I had nothing to do with it. That is how workflows work. So when you see proper tech solutions, workflows and automations are always involved. So when you're creating no code platform, you have to be able to create workflows and automations. And because you do not require a line of code to do this, right? It's a lot easier. All you need to do is to understand the principles that guide creating workflows and automations. Have I lost you yet? If you're still with me, let me know. Number three feature is the integration capability. So you will find that not one software is proficient or robust enough to give you all the solutions that you need, right? So you find yourself having to use more than one software. Let me use the example I just used now. When you go to schedule that call, when you buy that plan from me, you actually buy it on Paystack. So I'm going to list out all the softwares that I use. I used Paystack, right? I use Flow, Calendly, right? Then I used Zoom, I used Google Calendar, and I used Flowdesk. So to have that workflow going, I used 5 different um, software. Now, how did those 5 different software work together when they are not siblings? The only way they work together is through integration. So you integrate these platforms together so that they help you to create a workflow. Okay, thank you, Chidima. Right. Number 4 is user interface customization. So users can choose from pre-designed templates, select color schemes, define styles, modify layouts to create visually appealing solutions. And this is one of the most beautiful things about no-code platforms, is how you can use one single platform to create multiple solutions that do not look alike. Because of this user interface customization, you're able to customize it to the least, to the last thing. Customize it with your colors, with your fonts, with your typography, that's fonts, right? Sorry, with your images, with designs, with style. I mean, you can literally design different things with the same no code tool, okay, and they will not look alike. A fantastic example of this is Elementor. How many of you know Elementor Builder? Now, Elementor Builder is arguably one of the most common no-code web builders that exist. Do you know how many millions of websites that have been built using Elementor and they do not look alike, even though the builder is the same, right? So you can see how powerful no-code technology is. You can see how powerful no-code technology truly is, and how important it is that you should understand how these no-code platforms work. So anyone who masters their no-code platform of choice can deploy any tech solutions that you want. If a tech solution comes to your mind, you can literally deploy it because you have mastered your no-code platform. Let me tell you something. I have 2 very fantastic friends that have been in my life this year. One of them is Dr. Finn, and another one is Braladi. And the 2 of them, I gave them tech gifts for Christmas. You're wondering, I'm like, they were like, "This your flex muscle. This your flex is a is something else. Your own gift for Christmas is a tech gift." Yes, because and they were not. I built it using the same platform, but for different solutions. One was for a booking platform, and that's for Fumi, who is the dentist, and the other is for Bradley, who needs a mentoring platform. So you're wondering, how do you do this? If your mind, if you have mastered your no-code platform, whatever solutions come to your mind, you will be able to create them for your clients. And this is what sets you apart from everybody. When they are able to say, if I call Banker now, Banker can come up with a solution for me. Right? They can come up with a solution for me. Why do my friends say that? It is because I've got it to the point that I know my no-code tools in and out, and it helps me to be able to create tech solutions for the people who need it. So when I say no code, the no codes that are so popular now that everybody say business analysis, data analysis, scrum master, product management, and all of that. There are also no code tech um, categories, but that's not what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about no code tech for virtual assistants, I am referring to ed tech, e-commerce, mobile application building, web design, even digital marketing falls under this category. All of these are tech solutions that no code platforms exist for you to be able to deploy them. And chances are that as a virtual assistant, you are currently offering one or two of these different services right now. One of you is probably sending emails on MailChimp for their clients. Another one of you is loading information on WooCommerce. Another one is loading information on WooCommerce. So you are currently doing something that is directly linked to these particular services, but you have not thought of fully harnessing it and stepping into it and saying, oh, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to own it. I'm going to know everything that there is to know about e-commerce, and I'm going to be the go-to solution for people who need e-commerce solutions. When I made a pivot into tech support, what I started to do first was I was working. I did stuff with Kajabi, then I did with Thinkific, and all of these are course platforms. So initially, what I did was I'll just upload the course content. But then, as I looked through launches, I began to realize that I can take a client from ideation to execution when it comes to launching their online course or their online program. And so I stopped calling myself a Kajabi VA at that time. And I started to say, I'm a course launch expert. So if it comes to the tech that you need to launch your online course, I'm the one person who will give it to you. I'm the one person who will give it to you. So if you look at it very well, you will find that there is an aspect of all of these different categories that you can really, really major in. So rather than be satisfied with charging people maybe 15 naira to upload videos to product pictures to WooCommerce and you are okay. Why don't you own WooCommerce its own and be like when it e-commerce rather? Why don't you own e-commerce and say when it comes to e-commerce, I know e-commerce in and out. A lot of you are also just sending emails on MailChimp. Why don't you say when it comes to email marketing, I know email marketing in and out? So that when people are looking for detailed email marketing experts, they're looking for people like you who will be able to create workflows on any kind of email marketing platform that exists. Who knows about segmentation? Who knows about tags? Who knows everything that there is to know? Do you get? So at this point in time, you need to take it off of general knowledge and move it into specialized knowledge because it is in specialized knowledge that you make all the money. It's in specialized knowledge that you make all the money. Okay. So somebody is saying, in order to harness the power of technology or to enjoy the financial benefits of a tech career, do I need to make the pivot and offer tech support services? No, you do not have to. And let's talk about that in number two. Incorporating tech into your niche, what to consider. Now, to fully understand this, let's lay some foundation. And I'm going to talk about the history of virtual assistants. When virtual assistants was going to start, it didn't start as virtual assistants as we know it now. What it started as was that the fax was invented, and suddenly business owners and bosses, I think, well, I can't say for sure, but I think that they got tired of all the of the typewriters in the office, right? And they were like, see, lady, take this typewriter home. This is a list of tasks that I need you to do. Go do them and fax them to me. And though they didn't know it at that time, but that was the beginning of virtual assistants as we know it, work from home, right? So what really caused the the emergence of virtual assistants is technology. And I speak about this in detail in my new book, Navigating Tomorrow, how virtual assistants can secure tomorrow. The only way for it to secure tomorrow is through tech, right? And so what now happened was every time that technology evolved, the scope of work for virtual assistants evolved. Every time that technology evolved, the scope of work of virtual assistants evolved. And somebody is asking me, why does it evolve? One reason. Clients took advantage of the tech that was available to them and hired people who knew how to use them. So every time new tech came, clients took advantage, and because of that, their demands on the virtual assistants that work with them changed. So before, even now, people are saying, and the virtual assistant is just admin and all of that. And I'm looking at that like, oh, let me leave you to your argument. Why there are people who are looking for virtual assistants who know how to do workflows? Why? Because those clients have gotten to that point. Remember that your clients belong in coaching programs, they belong in memberships, they know what is going on. They are constantly looking for new information, right, to help them get started. Constantly looking for new information to help them get started. So they're also looking for people who can, right, deploy all of this information. So it now becomes, who can do this? It now becomes, oh, I have an existing VA, but does she know what to do? Can you do this? Can you go and learn how to do this? Because, lady, this is the need that I have now. What I used to need before was just um, um, what I used to need before was just admin, but I no longer need just admin. I need a full scale, what's it called, customer relationship management tool. So you gotta have to learn how to use it. If you don't know how to use it, I'm going to have to look for somebody who knows how to. Boom, and that's it. So every time that technology evolved and there was new opportunity for people, right, and there were new tools that for people to use, virtual assistants evolved, and the scope of what a VA can do evolved. And what now happened too was that people began to go away from general virtual assistants to specialized. So before you find a virtual assistant who was a Jill of all trades or a jack of all trades, right? But now that's no longer the case. You find a lot of VAs come and they say, my niche is social media management. Mine is admin. Mine is, some even niche that say mine is Pinterest management. And they begin to specialize because we have realized that the money is in specializing. So the question now is, how do I incorporate tech into my existing niche? So if you will remain relevant to your clients, you must evolve with them. As they evolve, you evolve. And you evolve with them and the times where tech is concerned. So you cannot just say, "Ah, what admin people used to do before was just manage email. What are you talking about? Is it more than that now? Do you get? You cannot say that. What you need to do is get on the new tech that has been provided for your specific, so that when your clients ask you for it, in fact, before they ask you for it, you're the one telling them, hi, this is the new tech. I think this will help you. And they'll be like, ah, that girl, Bankesha. If I want to know the new thing, she's the one who tells me. All right, so let's go ahead. So no matter what service you offer as a virtual assistant or what category you belong to, admin, marketing or creative, or even tech, you have to incorporate tech into your business in two major ways. Are you still with me, people? Have I lost you? The comment section is a bit quiet. So there are two major ways that you use tech in your business. Number one is how you run your business, your systems, your processes, your marketing, your lead generation, your onboarding and offboarding. All of these are places where you need to harness the power of technology, right? To get help you get the best, be productive, be efficient, show up without showing up. I remember when I started, my virtual assistant business. I also focused on my Instagram page. That I Most of my clients came from my Instagram page at the beginning. Then the repeat clients started to come from referrals. But when I started to have those clients and I got very, very busy, what I did was to neglect my Instagram page, which was my money maker. So it took me a while when I now had a low point and I was not having new people asking me what was. I was wondering what's going on here. But there was no marketing activity going on my page, right? Yeah. So here's what happened. I had to incorporate tech into my marketing so that I can show up without showing up, so that I was generating leads. So I was getting in front of the people who need me. I needed to find a way to consistently do that. And we all need to do that. So if a VA comes to me and she's saying, it's been a while, I haven't been able to book any client. The first question I ask her is, when was the last time you got on a call with a prospective client? If she says she hasn't been on a call, I'm like, what? How are you going to convert people you haven't spoken to? So you need to have an automated way of generating your leads, of getting before prospective clients, right? And running your business. The other way that you can incorporate tech into your business is how you serve your clients. And this will affect your communication, collaboration with their team, how you automate their systems, how you create workflows for them. And this is a very soft spot with me because I find myself in teams sometimes, and a lot of these are missing out on important things. So they're unable to collaborate because they don't know how to use project management tools. Their communication is by the way. And let me tell you this. Somebody says she offers what she does is customer relationship management or customer management. So she attends to customers. But she's finding it difficult to find paying clients. Why? Most of the customers who come to her are asking her, do you know how to use Zoho? Or do you know how to use Zendesk? Now, a lot of people, depending on how streamlined and systemized their business is and how big it is, they have a how do I put it now? A customer relationship management system that is robust. So they want to be able to see all the people who are making purchases or who are complaining or who are making inquiries. But that is something that you like to do, but you have limited yourself to Instagram and you have a six-figure goal. But the people on Instagram are not willing to pay you 50K to manage one page. So tell me, how many chicken will make one cow? How many 50K clients will give you a good six-figure income? That's the question. So if you're really after six figures, but as an admin VA, you want to learn the tech tools that top companies, top businesses, top coaches are using and they are constantly asking. When you learn that, you are now able to collaborate and work with their team. So most of them have teams, and you, as the admin, you're supposed to be the face of your clients. But even the tool, the Slack that they are using to communicate, you're lost. You don't know how to use it, right? So you cannot say my business doesn't have anything to do with tech. I don't need tech skills. You cannot say that. You need tech skills for your industry, for your niche. Remember that your clients are harnessing the tech tools that are available to them. And in order for you to continue to work with them and earn top dollar, you have to be familiar. Okay? You have to be super familiar with um, the tech tools for that niche. All right? So, how do you find your sweet spot as a virtual assistant? Number one, you have to find the artificial intelligence for your niche and tech tools for your niche. Now, a common mistake that I see a lot of people make is that somebody is like, I want to be an AI expert. And I ask AI expert in what industry, right? Because for every single industry that exists today, they have their own specialized artificial intelligence. So your sweet spot right now is you understanding the artificial intelligence for your industry and the tech tools for your niche. So even if you're offering social media management services, there is artificial intelligence for your niche and tech tools for your niche. Your sweet spot and your money maker is standing in the midst, holding firm knowledge of both of them. So it is not just about tech services, it's about the tech tools and the AI for your niche. So let me take a quick break. Who's going to give me some feedback? Any questions? Any before I go too far? I feel like you're making good progress, but everybody is so silent, and I don't want to lose you as in I don't need you to be confused. So teachers and counselors in the school. Okay. So I think that this the okay, so I'm going to go ahead. So in order for you to find your sweet spot as a VA, you need to understand the artificial intelligence for your niche and the tech tools for your niche. So let's talk about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. Shall I go ahead? Yes, yes, yes in the comment section. Should I go ahead and talk about artificial intelligence? I'm super glad to hear that. Okay, okay. Omomachi. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't mispronounce that. That's what I like to hear. Clarity. Okay. So every industry in the world has industry specific artificial intelligence. And you have to be conversant with the artificial intelligence that was specifically designed for your niche and then interact with it and deploy it when carrying out your services. You have to be conversant with it, interact with it, and deploy it when carrying out your services. For instance, a lot of social media managers only use AI to generate content. Meanwhile, there are artificial intelligence tools that can be used to create content, schedule content, and even analyze information or data. Ah, so you have full stack artificial intelligence that is supposed to shorten your time, help you with your business, make things faster for you, but you are just stuck on the one that will generate prompts and caption and you move on. So this is very funny because I forgot that I was supposed to download this thing separately. Let me see if I can pull it up. So here's a classic example of using artificial intelligence for social media beyond content and prompts. Now, this video on the left is a video that I shot in 2021 or 2022. And this video on the right was a video that I created using artificial intelligence and text. And it's going to take me a while, but I'm going to see if I can pull it up for you to see at a later time. Um, but I wanted to show you what it looked like, and I'll show you that before we go. I should have downloaded that in an MP3 format so that you can listen to it. What happened here was that artificial intelligence took this old video, right, and then um, took my text and superimposed it, and it changed this video. And if you looked at this video, it was speaking out the text that I wrote. Even my mouth was forming the words, but it was an old video. Do you know how powerful that thing is for content creation? Where you are running around to hold your client, that madam, you have to do video. It's Instagram Reels that is working now, and you don't used to do Instagram Reels, but you are complaining that we don't have engagement. You don't need to run after her anymore. All you need to do is get one of her videos, and you can create 20 different reels with new content, new text, and it will look as if she's the one speaking. Oh, I am definitely going to pull it out. Blessing, please remind me. I have to pull it out to show you the difference so that you can know how powerful artificial intelligence is. But we are limiting it, especially social media managers, to sitting down and just creating prompts and generic prompts. Sorry, post and caption, and you just post it like that and you walk away. That's underutilization of the skill. Okay, so Susie said you mentioned EdTech. What's it about? And for the health needs, what are the tools they use supposed to learn how to? So when we say EdTech, it means that a technological solution that was created for educational purposes. So every time that you use technology to teach something, you are using that's called EdTech because you're using technology to educate. That's what EdTech means. There's also health tech, which means using technology to further health related issues and incidences, or to create solutions for that. So with edtech, with health niche, what are the tools a VA is supposed to learn how to use? Oh, it will depend on what you're doing for them in that stuff. So are you a social media manager for them, or are you a nurse? If you're a nurse, you're not a VA. So it depends on what you're doing. So do you manage their social media? Are you an admin staff for a health company? Do you then? You have to really, let me know what that is, and then I can come up with ideas for you. All right. So with a tool like this, you can generate multiple videos from old videos and new text, which is a fantastic time-saving content repurposing solution. Do you get? So you don't need to run out. Even me, and you who have not seen anything yet. Like I've created videos until next year before I posted. This year I'm already shutting down. Everything will start next year. Because videos is one of the most difficult things for me to do. To sit down and just be creating videos is not easy. But with these, I'm able to create multiple videos, right? From an old video. And I'm the one speaking. Well, the voice is not like me per se, but of course they will continue to fine-tune it. But I used it and I was happy. All I needed to do was add my text to it. And the prompt was speaking as I was speaking. It was fantastic. And if you want to see it, you can go to my Instagram page and I'm going to and want that video on there. So let's move on. So for instance, for admin VAs, a fantastic artificial intelligence tool will be Otter.ai. How many of you have been on Zoom meetings and you've seen Otter.ai? You saw the message there on the chat saying Otter.ai is transcribing this meeting, blah blah blah, this and that. It's an artificial intelligence tool for admin people, right? It's your meeting assistant. So you are the type who dozes off when they are talking serious things in the Zoom meeting, that you have even forgotten what they wrote and you'll be paraphrasing, and your clients are consistently angry with you for not giving them full information, when you are writing your minutes. Otter.ai is there to help you. It will subscribe, it will take screenshots, it will take videos. I mean, these are tools that you should be using. So it is either you get this tool for yourself, or you get very skilled and familiar with it, so that when you meet clients who have this tool, you will not be looking like people. So sometimes you get to some pages, some places, and they say there's an application, they want to hire somebody, they want to hire a VA, but they list out a list of tools for you to be able to use, and you're unable to use any of them. It should not happen again. Never again should it happen. All right? No, okay. What happens about the outfit of the old video? Is it possible to change it using the app? Okay, so I haven't gone that far. I haven't gone that far. But what I felt that I could do was I can change my dress now and shoot English. I just be talking and then upload it, right? And write the text. So it takes the pressure off of me thinking. Do you know how many times you do videos and you're saying something and it is and you forgot, or you made a mistake, or that you had a grammatical error, or maybe your daughter came running in and you have to start again, right? Tools like this will take such errors off. So as I'm talking now, I can just sit down, get dressed, and just take like a 2 minute video of me just talking. I'm not saying anything. And put it up on that tool and then just add my text. It will now do what it will take that and use it to generate videos. All right. Okay. So let's continue. So we already spoke about artificial intelligence and how there is artificial intelligence for every industry. And if you are a VA and you don't know the artificial intelligence for your industry, you are wrong. You need to know the artificial intelligence for your industry. Now, let's go to the tools, tech tools. Now, there are tech tools that you must be able to use no matter your area of expertise. Whether you offer admin services, you're welcome, sis. Whether you offer admin services or you offer social media management or marketing in general, there are tech tools that are specific to your niche. So you have niche specific tools and you also have general tools. Niche specific tools and general tools. And we'll talk about that down the line. So we are halfway through. We are halfway through. I'm looking at the time. I have the timeline for how long this training is going to be. So, ladies, who wants to tell me what they've learned so far while I try to pull up that video? I want to pull up that video so you can see. Okay, so I'm going to let me just show you how this one sounds. I want to show you what the initial video, original video looks like and what the AI video looks like. Okay, so far I've learned that I shouldn't be afraid to embrace tech. No, tech is your best friend. Honestly, my sister. And it's so much easier to use. You just have to be open-minded. So who else is sharing what they learned? Okay, I found it. So this is the
Hi
original
there.
video.
In 2016, I found myself homebound, slowly recovering from two C-sections in 11 months, nurturing my premature baby, constantly ill from ulcer flares. I was basically home, sick, and broke. There was no way for me to make money. I couldn't leave my house. And so after a lot of research, I found virtual assistants. Now, as I researched virtual assistants, I discovered that there was a shortage of relevant information to help anyone get.
Okay, so that was the original that I created in 2021. This is 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Here's the AI generated one. Same video, and this was last week. This was on Monday. All I did was to feed the artificial intelligence the text, and this is what it gave to me.
Tech is what powers the virtual assistant industry and is the sole reason for the ongoing evolution in the scope of services that
Okay, so that's handy. Let me clear up this one at the back there. Okay.
virtual assistants can now offer. So tech is what powers the virtual assistant industry and is the sole reason for the ongoing evolution in the scope of services
Let me find
powers the virtual assistant industry and is the sole reason for the ongoing evolution in the scope of services that virtual assistants can now offer. So it is no longer optional to be tech savvy. Join me for a webinar where I will show you how you can incorporate technology into your services as a virtual assistant or service provider.
it. Okay. So it's lagging for some reason, but like that's the gist. That's the whole
services
gist.
that virtual assistants can now offer. So it is no longer optional to be tech savvy. Join me for a webinar.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll one needs to know how to use no code to do it. Fantastic, Omoyemi. Thank you for sharing. I learned that having good knowledge of workflow automation is standard. Yes, absolutely. I have been wondering how to get a job offer after my training, but I have learned to specialize to niche and master the tech. Absolutely, absolutely. And here's one thing that I'll tell you if you're just starting out, especially if you've not found a client. You want to look for somebody that needs your service and offer them your service in exchange for a testimonial first. Like maybe they are not willing to pay, maybe like your friend or your brother or somebody who doesn't want to pay but needs that service, right? So that you have hands-on experience. Now, when that person gives you a testimonial, it helps you to establish your credibility because it's a lot difficult to book a VA that doesn't have any track record compared to the one that has track record. So your testimonials will working with that person will give you an idea of how to actually work with the clients number one. Number two, it will help you to fine-tune your services because you've now worked with an actual client and that client has given you can actually see what they really need compared to what you think that your clients need. Number three is that with that testimonial, you increase your chances of getting hired. And remind me, send Blessing Chukwu a message and ask her, tell her that I said, remind her that I said she sent you a resource on how to use Facebook group to get hired. So it's a book. I used to sell it as a standalone book, but it's attached to my VA course now. So you may not be able to access it like that. But if you send okay, okay, you're the one I'm talking to. So if you send Blessing Chukwu a message, remind her that I said I was going to give you that resource, and I'll give you that resource. So the whole of the year 2020, I was a booked out VA. I was, in fact, there was a time I couldn't work with clients anymore. And the only way that I found clients during that time was through Facebook groups. So I documented my experience in that book. So let her know, and I'll happily share the resource with you. Okay? All right. So anything else? Let's continue with the class, shall we? So how to start a no-code business? Three simple steps. Rather. Number one is to choose an area of specialization and identify the needs of the experts or the clients in this industry. At this point in time, I'm sure you know that I'm not about the generalization because that the money is not there. The money is in the specialization, the ability to know everything that there is to know about a particular thing and do it fantastically. That's where the money is. So number one is choose an area of specialization. So if you want to be known for e-commerce, be known for e-commerce. If you want to be known for edtech, be known for edtech. If you want to be known for mobile designs, be known for mobile design. Okay? Then you need to identify the needs of the experts in this field. What are their needs? So if you want to do e-commerce, for instance, the people who do e-commerce, what are their needs? For example, if you choose edtech, your clients need support to launch their online courses and their programs, and they want it automated, right? So you're welcome. So that's one of their problems. So you need to be able to identify that. If you choose e-commerce, then your clients probably want an SEO friendly e-commerce website, shopping features, blah blah blah, and all of that. So you have to know what their problems are and get familiar with it. If you choose web design, for example, your clients need a functional website that ranks in searches and converts visitors. Okay, so that's the first thing. Choose an area of specialization, identify the needs of the experts and clients in that field. Now get familiar with the features that are peculiar to the tools in your chosen specialty. One of the beautiful things about low code technology is that They have various, a wide range of tools or of platforms that offer the same service, right? That handle the same issue. So, for instance, for websites now, you have WordPress, you have Wix, you have Squarespace, you have all of that, right? But even though they are all different, they have basic features that are generic, that are traditional, that are, how do I put it? That are peculiar to them. So no matter how they try to change it, maybe add small features here, and all of that, just to make it stand out from the others, at the very, very core of all of these platforms, they have the same functionality. That's why any client can come to me now and say, I want to use um what's it called now, cost platform. And I'll be like, just give me the login details and find my way, because I know that there are basics, there are specific features that are indigenous to this platform. So when you get familiar with these features, you will find that it will it will be super easy for you to log into any platform and you find your way. So get familiar with the features that are peculiar to the tools in your choosing industry. For instance, if you choose EdTech, you need to learn the in and out of online course platforms. How do program launches happen? How do you set up funnels, right? If you choose e-commerce, you have to be familiar with industry trends. How do you set up, how are major e-commerce platforms set up, right? How do they display their wares? How simplified is the checkout system? Do you get? So if you want to frustrate your client, use WooCommerce traditional checkout system, they will almost leave the whatever they want to buy and walk away. Why? Because it is so voluminous and so tedious to use. Now people have one step checkout. All I need to do is put in my email, my name, what I've added to my card, and I leave, right? I don't need to start filling 100 forms or field for an e-product. Does that make sense? So you want to learn the industry trends, what is ongoing, what sells, and get familiar with it. If it is web design, it means you have to understand UI UX, you have to understand design tools, you have to understand how to integrate multiple software. Okay. And then finally, identify the clients who need you, position yourself and market yourself smartly. So if you choose EdTech, for instance, your clients are coaches and experts who want to monetize their knowledge. So when you're marketing, when you're putting your content out, your social media posts are all using words that they want to, that they like to use, words that are familiar to them, like monetize your knowledge, like sleep coins, like recurring income, right? So when you have decided, you understand the people who need this, then you position yourself smartly as the solution provider, right, for the issues that they have. So if you chose e-commerce, for instance, your clients are merchants and drop shippers with products to sell. So how do you appeal to that particular set of people? So you cannot be looking to appeal to drop shippers, but all of your content is addressing wholesalers. So if your clients are merchants who do retail, why is your content talking about wholesale? Does that make sense? Okay. So if you chose web design, your clients are individuals who want to build a personal brand or companies who need to promote their services. Understanding who your clients are is the first step to positioning yourself for success. So you have to understand who you work for, who your clients are, what their needs are, and how you meet those needs. When you do that, then uh, you'll be able to find paying clients. So let's finally talk about tech tools and artificial intelligence. A simple list. Now, no matter what service you offer, you must know how to use these tools. Collaboration tools, communication tools, basic design tools, basic automation tools, cloud storage, and basic artificial intelligence. If you do not know how to use all of these, no matter what kind of VA that you are, I don't, okay, let me use a better word. You are denying yourself of fantastic opportunities because these tools, we refer to them as basic. Collaboration tools will include ClickUp, Asana, Trello, Airtable, Notion. Remember, I already told you that most of these platforms that offer a particular kind of service, no matter how different they are, at the very base, right, they are the same. So if you understand how these platforms work, it becomes easy for you to use any of them. Will there be some learning curve for one or two? Absolutely, but it will not be like somebody who's it, right? So you need to learn a collaboration tool. If I were you, I would learn Notion and Trello because a lot of people are using Notion these days, and Trello has always been around. Okay, then there are communication tools. You have Slack, Voxer, Discord, Microsoft Teams, ladies, men, young men, gentlemen, and all everybody on the call. You need to know how to use all of these communication tools because if you are a VA who is working in a team, these are the tools that you will use. If you are the one who doesn't know how to use them, then you will be doing it back. Basic design tools, Canva, PicMonkey. Everybody should be able to know how to use Canva because Canva is so robust and so beginner friendly that they even have templates that you can use. So you don't even have to design from scratch. Then we have basic automation. You have to be able to use Zapier and any inbuilt automation that your system has. So I was telling an admin VA one time that when she manages social Gmails or emails for her clients, what does she says she just gets it to Inbox Zero and she walks away. And I'm like, why are you just getting it to Inbox Zero and you're walking away? Did you know that you can automate how the emails are filed? And she's like, what's that again? But there is an automation system in your Gmail that instantly helps you to to file the emails as they come into folders. Why aren't you using that? Those are basics. So you want to use Google Doc for instance, Bard is coming up and is giving you ideas. It's the basic tool that is being built to the app that you're using. You have to know how to use it. Cloud storage, Google Drive, Dropbox, Tetra, all of these help you to be organized. And you have to know how to use all of this cloud storage to collaborate. You're a social media manager and your clients are still sending you product image via WhatsApp or email. How do you want to cope? That's why you have three clients. One of them is selling clothes, two of them are selling shoes. You have mistakenly posted the shoe for A on this post because you are disorganized. So your cloud story does not just allow you to collaborate beautifully and seamlessly, but it also keeps you organized. And the more organized you are, the more confident your clients are in your ability to deliver on the services, on the things that you say you will do. So for instance, if I book a new client, I have a Google folder that has 5 Google folders in them. So each of those Google folders in them all have one checklist each. Every time I'm saying, see, clients, this is what I'm going to need to do your work. I see the distress on their face immediately and I'm like, calm down, I've made it easy for you. And I just send them that folder. Every single person comments on it and says, this is such a lifesaver. Why? I have created the folder, and in the folder, there's a checklist. There's no confusion again. So she just needs to use that checklist and upload the appropriate information to the appropriate folder. And instantly, you see the joy. There is this confidence. Oh, okay, I'm working with somebody who knows what she's doing. But a lot of us are not paying attention to that. And this is part of the systems and the processes that every virtual assistant should have. You should have your systems and your processes no matter how little. And as you grow and evolve, you begin to fine tune them. How many of you have systems and processes here? Let me see the chat box. Finally, artificial intelligence. If you don't know how to use any artificial intelligence at all, you should know how to use ChatGPT. At all. Go to my YouTube page when we're done. I have a class on ChatGPT and Canva. How to use ChatGPT in the way that it will provide you with information that you can use, right? That you can use and your content will not look generic. Okay. All right. So let's talk about industry specific tools. Marketing VAs, you need to have scheduling tools. You need to know how to use scheduling tools. This include Hootsuite, Planoly, Buffer, and Creator Studio. If you say the rest of them are paid, Creator Studio is not paid. You have Creator Studio on Facebook, and you can schedule your post on Creator Studio to Facebook and to Instagram. No excuses for not showing up, for the post not going out when it should go out. So the post is supposed to go out at 1 and your internet has been misbehaving since then. Nah, shouldn't be working. You should have a scheduled time, a blocked out time in your calendar that you work on creating content and scheduling it, right? Analytics and reporting. Please, if you're in marketing VA, you offer marketing services, maybe you're a content creator, you're a Facebook ad manager, or whatever it is that you carry out, whatever service it is that you carry out for your clients that is marketing their business in one way or the other. If you do not have analytics and reporting um, tools, I don't know what kind of marketing activity you're carrying out, because you cannot truly carry out marketing activities without tracking your results. You have to take audit. What we did this week, did it work? What worked? What didn't work? What do we need to tweak? But how would you know all of this if you only rely on the Instagram, even though it's a little more, how would I put it? It is quite robust and it has gotten better over time, but it cannot beat official analytics and reporting tools. And most of these scheduling tools have analytics and reporting tools right in there. So they can show you an overview, how your post did, how many people did you reach, what was your engagement like, which of the posts did well, right? And all of those things. But with marketing, like I said, because it is not just social media managers, you also have ad managers, you also have content people. That's why you now have Google Analytics in here and Facebook Analytics. You want to know how it's working on Google, how do you know how the traffic is and all of that. And then artificial intelligence that is specific for marketing VAs would be ChatGPT, Video.ai. Now, Video.ai is one of my favorite tools. What you can do is you can create a long form content, put it in Video.ai, and it will break it down to content for you. So you maybe your client went to speak somewhere, she did all those, they copy, they recorded her session, right? Take that session, put it in Video.ai, and it will break it down for you into reels and TikToks that you can use. Boom, content. So with this, you really do not need a video editor, or if you were the one who was doing the video editing before and you used to spend like 7 hours doing it, you don't have to do that anymore. This is artificial intelligence that was created specifically for this. Then you have Vocable.ai. Vocable.ai is also for marketing. It will help you generate your content. It will not only generate it, it will break it down for you. So you have your blog post, you go to a blog post or a newsletter, it has broken it down to Instagram post for you. It has arranged it for you on which day you want to post. And if you buy the paid one, right, what you can do is you can also connect it to your Instagram and boom, share it from there. Time saved. HeyGen, which is what I use to generate my AI video. Fantastic. You also have Discreet. All right, that's it for marketing VAs. For admin VAs and executive VAs, you need to know email management tools, Brevo, Sendbox, Outlook. If you are working with somebody who has multiple people who have access to the email, They're probably using this email management tool. So you say, I don't know how to use it. I can just go into your own. I only to do in inbox zero. I can log into your box, man. That's what I think. So you need to go and learn how to use all of these tools because these tools enable teams to collaborate. So you need to know them. You also need to know how to use CRMs like Zoho, Zendesk, Fiverr, Dipsado, which help with client relationship management. You can have all the information about one client on one hand rather than the back and the forth. So it's good. Let's leave Instagram DM management for beginners, right? And let's step up and incorporate it. Learn how to use either one of these CRMs, and you will find yourself working with companies who are willing to pay you higher or business owners who are willing to pay you higher just because you know how to use these tools. So the two of you, the person answering the DMs on what's it called, answering the DMs on Instagram, and you who is chatting with somebody using either one of these CRM tools, you're both saying the same thing and doing the same work. But because your tools are different, your earning power or your bargaining power or how much you earn, right, will differ just because you've been able to use tech. For you, artificial intelligence, Otter.ai, I already mentioned that. It can help you with transcription, take screenshots of your picture, of your message, let's say message, sorry. You know how we are church people, so it's always messages for us. What means Toluwani, yeah, Otter.ai. And then you have Bard. Bard is the artificial intelligence that is um, indigenous to what's it called now, to Google. So if you get to your Gmail and something you do the right way, and and that artificial intelligence is prompting you to what do you want to write, what do you want to do now, and all of that. That's bad, and it's for Google specifically. So you can master it and make it work for you. Okay. All right. So let's talk about the tech VAs. And tech VAs too also have their tools that they absolutely must know how to use. So tech VAs need to know how to automate systems and create workflows. It is integral to their business growth that you know how to use that. And you need third-party tools to help you to do that. So when you're creating automation and workflows, what you're essentially doing is telling two systems or you're telling two um, different standalone software to communicate together and work together. And you cannot do that without tools like Zapier, Integrately, Webhook, and API. So API is two-way, is a communication. They request for information, then they receive information. Webhook send an information and triggers it. So there's a trigger. A trigger is like you have already written your email, right? But the email hasn't gone. You need to click send for your email to go, right? Yeah. So that's a trigger. Um, so what's that information that it receives that clicks send for the email to go? So you need to know all of that. You know how to use all of these tools. Artificial intelligence for tech VAs, OpenAI. OpenAI has a more robust, you're able to create formulas, you're able to create codes. Yeah, I mean, the list is endless. You should know how to use websites if that is the niche that you're looking to go into. Be familiar with WordPress, Wix, Squarespace. Those are the low-code tools that you should be able to use. Now, is it compulsory to be able to use all three of them? No, you can use just one and do it super well. Chidinma, what did you Bard? It's called Bard. 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 Right. So e-commerce, of course, if you want to go into e-commerce, then you want to learn how to use Wix, WooCommerce, Shopify, and every other one that exists. EdTech, Kajabi, Patra, Thinkific, or you now have to now be able to find other learning management systems that people can integrate and use on their website. Okay? Yeah. So tech will always be relevant to you as a virtual assistant or as a service provider, whether you use it to run your business or you offer it as a service. Either way, you cannot run for tech because tech powers your business. Tech is how you get paid. Tech determines how you get paid, right? Tech is how you collaborate. How do you find your clients? Tech helps you. How do you get on a call? Tech helps you. How do you get paid? Tech helps you. How do you send your invoices? Tech helps you. How do you deploy your services? Tech helps you. So as a business, virtual assistants and service providers are literally powerless, and we are constantly using tech to run our business. So the earlier you make your peace with that and then begin to find ways to incorporate it to get the best out of it, the better for all of us. So tech is your best friend, um, and not your enemy. So you need to get savvy, you need to get tech savvy at all costs, and I can support you in that journey. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So I have a tech workshop live coming up in January, on January 4th, and we're going to learn three major things. Number one, how you can also create and automate systems and businesses for your clients, how you can automate and create marketing activities, right? Number three, project management and effective collaboration in teams. And of course, there will be hours of recording and other supporting trainings resources that are going to be available. We're going to start at 9 and we are ending at 5. So it's going to be intense, and I'm all out to ensure that everybody gets the best. So if you have ever wanted to incorporate tech into your services, or you want to start to offer tech related services as a virtual assistant, you want to make sure that you join this live workshop. So it's going to be live. We're going to be somewhere in Ikeja, Lagos. And I understand that there are people who would also want to join us, online, and there's a provision for that. So I wanted to share some testimonials, but I decided that don't let me share testimonials of people who have come into my one-on-one coaching where tech is concerned, but let me share testimonials where my clients are concerned because they are the ones who are paying, who have been paying, right, to get my tech services. So this is my dearly beloved mentor, Pastor Libola Lejikemi. I'm very quite sure a few of you know her. And so this is a testimonial she gave me when I set up a men's coaching platform in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And right now we're actually working on another project, and I can't wait for us to launch that project. Okay. So we have, she said, market creativity and resourcefulness, utilizing every possible technical know-how to bypass limitations that we face while customizing the membership platform to serve a rather unusual model exceeded my expectations. Overall, I'm satisfied. I will be working with Banker on several other projects. She knows her onions. I will not only recommend her for good service and great customer care relationship, good technical know-how and good pricing, but for her professionalism, warmth, and patience. So I mean, if I'm going to drop the link to the website, Blessing, please could you drop the link to the website so that people can go check it out. And you can see another testimonial that I put on there, that's a video testimonial. Just sharing how I've been able to help my clients support them through the tech services that I offer them. And what I'm offering to teach you at this live event that we're going to have is how you too can become indispensable to your clients by offering tech related services. So we have it's the cost, the event, sorry, the live workshop amount is 50,000 for on-site and 40K online. But we have an early bird, meaning people, early bird ends on the 20th. So people can sign up, you can sign up between now and the 20th, and you get 10K off of this event. I also have extra, what would I call it? Extra benefits for people on the call. So the first 5 people will get, like, I have this one-on-one coaching session for 1.5 hours that is valued at $100. I mentioned it earlier that I had this end of the year whenever coming on. But I'm offering it to the first five people who sign up. So the first five people who sign up can get this. And you don't have to redeem it now. So if you're like, I'm not really sure, I want to do something first, then I can get on the call and you get clarity. You're able, it will be valid for the first quarter of 2024. So the first people who sign up will get this and they can wait until they really need it, maybe around February or March when you really have gone through the training, you've implemented quite a few things, and you have some questions and you want to get on the clarity call. Absolutely, I'm giving this for free as a benefit to five people, the first five people who sign up. So is that going to be you? Um, yeah. So thank you all so much for joining me. It's Q&A session. Hit me with your questions. Who has questions? I'll be happy to answer them. And let me know what value you got. Did you get value? Was this good time spent? Um, were your questions answered? Did you get clarity? About what next to do? Talk to me, people. I'm all ears. So it's Q&A session, people. So I understand that there's a bit of a lag. You're welcome, Blessing. Okay, so there's a lag I can see. Any questions, any feedback? Amen. 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 And God bless you too. Thank you. So who's joining our program? Who am I seeing at the live events? Yes, I understand. So even though people say virtual assistants can be like a side hustle, the truth is if you have been at it for a while, it can be very demanding. You can what I think that you can do is that you can only determine like how many people you want to work with. So if you have a 9 to 5 that is very, very time consuming, you might not go the full virtual assistant route. You might find yourself needing to go. be a freelancer. Just take one or two tasks and come, rather than having recurring clients or working on a project that is going to take a while. So if you are working on a project that is going to take maybe like 2 to 3 weeks, then that might be very difficult for you, or even a month, right? Or you have a client who needs you to constantly work. So what you want to do is find tasks that may not require your consistent attention or long-term attention. So something that you can do now. So you can say, I'm going to devote 2 hours or 3 hours every day to virtual assistance. That's what I can do because I have a full-time job, right? So if you do that, if you're able to identify how many hours you have available to work, it will help you with knowing what kind of tasks so that you can. I would not advise that you leave your job to start a virtual assistant business. What I have seen happen, people start their VA business, it picks up, then they leave their job. Okay? Because there is no, how would I put it? Some people take a while before they get enough clients to keep them in recurring income every month, right? And some people, like almost instantly, they launch, they find clients. You never really can tell how it. So I'm not even asked you what kind of service do you offer as a VA. That might also be helpful. That might also be helpful. So people like you cannot offer admin support because admin people tend to need you kind of be at the beck and call of your clients. So for admin people, you might not be able to. But if and also social media management, but anything that is project based, if you are writing content for instance, or you're writing blog posts, uh so it's just something you can say, "Ah, okay, I can sit down for so number of hours and write this blog post and you're done and you get paid." You're welcome, Chidi. Another question I'll ask you is, do you have any clients at the moment? How many clients do you have at the moment? And then you now consider, does it make business sense, right? To leave your paid employment to focus on these people? Those are questions that I will ask you. So, are we calling it a day, ladies? No questions anymore. So head on over to bit.ly. What's that? Blessing, please paste the link here, the bit.ly link that we shorten so everybody can go check it out. Um, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for us today. I had fun. I had budgeted 1.5 hours for today's session, and we are right on the dot. This is 8:38. I think we can call it a day, right? Thank you all for joining me. I look forward to seeing you at the live workshop on the 4th of January 2023. And I'm looking forward to also getting on a call with the 5 people who are going to learn, who are going to get the extra benefits of mine. I mean, the one-on-one coaching sessions has to be my favorite part of being a virtual assistant coach and mentor. I get to work on real life things. So when I'm using real life scenarios, but it's not the same thing as when you come in with your own issues, right? So you've tried something or you've thought of something and you're trying to fine tune it, right? I mean, it's always a fantastic opportunity for me to uh, get into the minds of people. They come up with different ideas and solutions. And I see a lot of light bulb moments. I thought, yes, I can absolutely do that. And it's always such a joy. It's just that I wish that I had more time in my calendar to be able uh, to like take more people, but like it's usually quite intense. I really don't have much time on my calendar. So those who be taking those 5 sessions are looking forward to it. And if what you would rather do right now is like take a one-on-one session, Imo, you might want to actually take that one. Right now it's 60% off. I just opened it again yesterday. So that's supposed to be like my end of the year offer for everybody. So you might take that one. So just go take it. It's on my website. I don't even need the link by heart. Actually like something like that. But I can give you the link in the WhatsApp group. And you will code take that one. So take it, let's get on the phone and let's work out something for you. You get 60% off. I think that's a fantastic deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I enjoyed talking to you guys. I wish I didn't have to do it, but Sha cannot continue. We'll see each other again very soon. If you're not following me on Facebook, Instagram, why? Please follow. Thank you. Goodbye.